I have my table of contents open right now, and what we're going to go through is updating our table of contents. Okay, in our ePub reader, the internal table of contents in the reader will actually already have this set up. We're going to go through that when we export our ePub as well. But what I want you to do is I want you to have a page inside your actual ePub that you can click on these and it will take you to that page. Right now, if we set up our ePub this way, because we can increase and decrease our text, for example, the sisters might be on a higher or lower page, so we have to get rid of these numbers because more than likely they will not correlate between the proper page number and the chapter, and they're going to be all wrong. So we want to get rid of these. In order to do this, what we want to do is, instead of going through and manually updating these, we're going to go through and we're going to update our table of contents option, which we worked with a bit before. We're just going to make some changes to what we did. Okay, when we worked with our table of contents for the print document, we worked with the default table of contents inside of InDesign. What we're going to do this time is we're actually going to create a new table of contents style, which is down here. Okay, so essentially it's still going to look the same, except we're just creating some new styles. So layout, table of contents. Okay, and right now, see, it has the style is the default, which is what we used to create our table of contents in our print book. But what I want to do is I want to create a new style. And I am going to label this for my book. Okay, and I'm just going to keep it contents because that's what I had in my original. I'm also going to set it up so that I'm using the same paragraph styles that I used when I entered my print version. So table of content header, and then we're going to add our chapter title into the styles that we want our table of contents to generate. Okay, these are our chapter titles. I'm also going to go down here into the styles chapter title. So I'm going to go down here and just tell the styler how I want to style my table of contents. Okay, so my entry style is going to be my style, my table of contents entry. Okay, and for our print document, we either had our page entry before or after our title. I want you to just take that off. So there's another option here for no page numbers. Okay, let's include that one. Okay, I also want you to make sure in your options that your include book document is still set up. I also want you to include this make text anchor in source paragraph. Okay, so what this means is convert your entries into a clickable link. Okay, so as for right now, I don't see anything else that I need to change on here. I'm going to go OK. And you'll see that I have a new style in the table of contents style dialog box. Just going to press OK. I'm also going to go back in. I'm just going to delete this. Go back up to layout. So this is like what we did before, okay? So went to layout, table of contents, and instead of picking the default, I'm going to pick my table of contents here. Okay, and let's go through and make sure that our styles have been kept the same. Okay, so our contents or title is styled with the table of contents header. Our chapters will be the pages, the text, the entries that are generated. Okay, our chapter title is going to be based off the table of contents entry, and I don't have any pages. My book is selected, and make text anchor in source paragraph is all selected. Let's go OK. I'm just going to take a bit to generate. I'm going to make that lowercase just so I like the way it looks a little bit more. Okay, so I'm actually going to go in and change my table of contents a little bit too. I don't want this all on 2 pages. So I'm just going to go in and just update my table of contents. And then I'm going to delete my page at the back. Okay, so I'm going to save that. I am also going to save the book. Okay, and now let's just go through and make sure like we have some, if we had to do any manual editing, that would get this before we create an ePub. Okay. So I am again going to just test my ePub table of contents. Make sure that it's a reflowable document. I'm just saving on my desktop again. This is just a test. Okay, so my table of contents work. Okay, that's how you generate a table of contents inside your actual document. Okay, let's look at, actually I'm just going to delete these guys. Let's look at exporting our book again. Again, creating a reflowable document, saving that. So I'm going to replace that. Now, if you notice, there's this navigation TOC panel here, a section in the reflowable layout export. Okay, let's just select, oh, hang on. First of all, we have to make sure that our table of contents is selected as our source document for this portion, okay? So in your book panel, instead of chapter 1 being your source style, okay, we're going to change it to our table of contents. We're going to go to the drop-down menu. We're going to go export book to PDF. Again, make sure that it's a reflowable PDF. Save. We're going to replace. Multi-level table of contents. And we are going to select our table of contents that we just created, okay? So if you don't go through that step, you will not see this and it will just be the default option. Let's try it again. Let's see what happens. So you'll notice the last time that we went through the iBooks, it just had chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, okay? Now it has changed everything. It's using my style and it has grabbed all of the names for my chapters, okay? So I can go through and I can pick which page I want to go to. And go back to the front and let's just make sure that my internal table or that my table of contents from my actual ePub does the same thing. Okay. And there you go. Now you have two functioning table of contents in your ePub.